Hello everyone, this video is going to cover the recommended subject-specific databases and then also how to search the EBSCO host databases, which I think is going to be the most efficient and the best way for you to get the most relevant articles related to subject specific to your research topics. So we're going to go and dive right in. This document I sit along with these videos, and what it does is it bullet points the recommended subject-specific databases related to each individual subject area. So you can see here there are a lot of them that I went ahead and labeled as EBSCO, so that way you'll know exactly which ones to use if you do want to kind of utilize the search method that I'm going to cover in this video. And then some of the other ones that are listed on here are also very good. A lot of them link out to Gale, which is a decent database. Science Direct is kind of its own database, really covers all of the sciences and social sciences. So this is really good. It also covers some business and communication related articles as well. It's a really good science, social science kind of interdisciplinary type database that I highly recommend. And then as you can see, we kind of go through the rest of the subjects here. I lumped all these together with criminology, psychology, sciences, social sciences because all of these are the highly recommended databases we send a lot of students to for those specific subject areas. So they all kind of overlap, which makes searching for each one of these subjects a little bit easier, but also a little bit trickier because you have to really kind of pay attention to some of the finer details to know exactly which subject you're looking at and which subject you're searching. And so I'll be able to show you that and kind of an easy way to be able to pinpoint that with the EBSCO search that I'm going to conduct today. But please make sure you're kind of referencing this list and looking over this list and constantly referring to this list, especially when you do start doing your searches for the best subject-specific databases related to your research topic. So we'll go ahead and drop this, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the databases. The way you get there, of course, is library.coker.edu, and you can either go to Research Help and click Databases, or you can scroll down and click Databases here. It's going to take you to the exact same page. It's going to be A to Z databases. Now, once you're here, you can utilize this drop-down menu to search specific databases related to the subject that you're most interested in or that you're wanting to kind of pinpoint and search in as you begin conducting your searches. Again, a lot of these, such as business administration, criminology, they have 15. Those aren't 15 databases that are actually useful to you. We just lump a lot of databases in there that will pull from other journals or different places that relate to business, but they can relate to a lot of other different things too. So they're not technically highly useful for you. So I went ahead and made that list for you to kind of lay that out and lay out the ones that are going to be the most useful and the most efficient for you for this project. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the EBSCO host databases first, because there's a really cool technique that you can use with these where you can kind of create your own interdisciplinary kind of database search in a way that you can search multiple subject areas in just one search, but you'll be able to pinpoint those very specific subject databases in your search and your search results. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on Business Source Complete right now. And this should look somewhat familiar to you if you've used Academic Search Complete or EBSCO Discovery Service. You use these as your search bars to put in your keywords and subject terms. You use that to search the databases. But one of the cool things about EBSCO Host is you can choose databases here, and it gives you the list of all of the databases that we are subscribed to. So say you do want to pull from psychology-related databases. You can pick any of these. You can pick all of these. I'm just going to pick one just for the sake of the example. Say you want to pull some from a sociology database. You can do that from there. And then say you want to pull some from an education database. You pull that from there. And once you have everything checked that you want to use, click OK. And it'll bring you back here. If you click Show All, it'll show you all of the databases you're going to be searching in. Now, the difference between doing this and using like an Academic Search Complete is that this is then going to list all of these databases for you that you can then search in independently. Academic Search Complete and EBSCO Discovery Service does not do that for you. So it'll just dump a whole bunch of information into your lap, and then you just have to go through all of it to try to find the subject areas that you're most interested in. And then sometimes that's very difficult to piece out from those results. So this makes that process a lot easier and a lot more efficient. So let's go ahead and do a very quick kind of general search here. And as you see, if we search these key terms here, it's going to give you 2,085. That's still a lot. It's a lot you don't need. As you can see, like right here, you're not getting full text access for this article, which means you can't actually get the article. So what you want to start doing is looking over at the limiters over on the side. Make sure you use full text. So that way you know you're getting access to a full text option for that article. And then peer reviewed if that's what you need. If you need peer reviewed academic articles, click that. If you don't, if magazines and newspapers are okay, and trade publications are okay, then you can leave that unchecked, and it will also pull from magazines and trade publications. You can also search those independently if you want to. But we're just going to go ahead and do peer reviewed for, again, the sake of this example, to make things a little bit easier to follow. And then you'll want to make sure you do academic journals as well, so you're weeding out reviews and stuff, because that's not going to be useful. And as you can see, now we've gone from like 2,000 to 728, which is still a lot. All right. Publication date, it's kind of up to you how you're wanting to utilize your information. If you do want to try to keep it a little more current, the rule of thumb is usually 10 years. So you would want to keep it within about 10 years of this final date here, so that way you have the most up-to-date information. You can come down here to language, and I always like to do that just to make sure I'm only getting English language articles, unless you know another language and it's listed in there and you're fine with reading that. It's totally cool. You can do it. One other thing I do want to highlight really quickly is that in a lot of these databases you will have subject thesaurus term and subject options. You can click this, and what it'll do is it'll actually pull up subject words that are being used and a lot of articles in here. And then you can kind of refine your search that way. So let's say you want to look at money and meaning in relation to economics. You can do that. Click that, and it'll only bring up those 17 articles. Say you're wanting to look at it from social aspects. You can click that. It'll only show those 14 articles. Then you can also always do a show more, and it'll kind of bring that up. So you can even see it plays into psychology related to this, education related to this, 6 articles, 9 articles. And so you're even refining that search down more. You're getting those articles down to its most relevant state. So it can be very efficient, very, just a very, very easy way to kind of get the information you need that way. And then the thing that I was talking about here are the databases. Down here, it's actually going to show you each of those databases that you chose. And it's going to show you the amount of articles related to those databases. So let's say you only want to look at the business source databases. Just click that, and what it'll do is it'll weed out all those articles from those other databases. It will only show you the ones from the business source complete. That's it. And it's the same way for the sociology database, for the psychology database, and for the education database. If you just want to focus on education related articles to what you just searched, just click that. You're good to go. And so it's a really, really easy way, again, like I said, to make sure that you know exactly what subject you're searching and exactly what sources you're getting from that subject area. And then again, you can just do the one search, and you're going to get all those databases there. You're going to get all the results from those databases right here. You can just go through all of it right here in this one instance. Instead of having to, say, do a search in business source complete, search through all those 449 articles, jump out, do the exact same search again, and Soc Index, go through all of those, jump out. You can just kind of do it all in this one setting, all in this one session. So it's really efficient and really easy. And then also, every one of these, you'll see the database option here. It'll actually show you which database you're getting this out of. So again, you know the subject that you're getting this information from. All right, so it makes that a lot easier. It makes that compare contrast a lot easier in relation to the subjects related to your search. So very quickly, I'm going to go ahead and run through the article just to show you how to access that. I always recommend accessing the name of it, mostly because it's going to give you the document type, it's going to give you the source, so you can kind of see where that's coming from. It'll give you that nice long list of subject terms that you can kind of go through and see the different subjects that this article is talking about, right? Personnel management, and you have corporate culture management. You also have social sciences, again, down here. Psychological aspects related to money. So again, you're getting a lot of those other subjects kind of playing into this one article. And these subject terms are going to help spell that out for you and kind of let you know what they're pulling from and where. The codes can also do that from time to time. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. In this case, you can see where it is talking about social sciences and humanities, which pulls outside of business a little bit. So you do have that aspect as well. You have the abstract, which is kind of a summary of the article, kind of let you know what it's about. whether it's going to be useful or not. If it is useful, you think you might want to use it, just click the full text link, and it will take you to the article. You can either read that article in here, or you can download it or print it. Just depends on what you want to do with it. So you can kind of go through it, kind of see how it's laid out, kind of all the different parts of the article, how they present the information, how they analyze the information, and then utilize that for your as a resource for your project. You can email it to yourself. If you email it to yourself, make sure you include the citation format that you want, so you can actually get that citation sent to you. Otherwise, it'll just be a generic citation form that may not be MLA. Make sure that this is checked. It usually always is, but that way you'll get it as a PDF. Send it to yourself that way. You can get your citation information from here as well. If you organize your articles in a different way, you just scroll down, you'll have your works cited for your MLA. And again, if you don't email the information to yourself, which will give you the permanent link for this, make sure you do get the permanent link from here and put that somewhere where you can access it and send it to your professor in case they need that to get to the article. If your article has a DOI, it will not include that in your citation information. So you'll want to make sure you either email it to yourself so you'll get this link in the email, or just make sure you copy and paste this link and have it somewhere where you can have it handy to give to your professor in case they need it. And so that is kind of the quick and dirty way of using EBSCO host databases to focus in on subject-specific areas and kind of being able to do it in a very efficient kind of way to get the most relevant results for you and the most timely way for you, so that way you're not doing a bunch of different searches where you can just kind of do one main search, kind of search through a whole bunch of subject-specific databases, at one time, and then kind of individually be able to piece through them all in one session. I think it's a very efficient way. I think it's a very useful way. It's a very relevant way of getting really good sources right up front and knowing exactly what sources you're getting and where you're getting them from. So if you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am Jonathan Guerin in the library. My email is jgarren, that is JGARREN @coker.edu. Just send that email my way. We can set up an appointment and do one of these searches specific to your research interest and try to find some resources that'll work for you. So thank you for your time and good luck.